Hello, you got Mr. Smith, point 5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I just want to go over how easy it is for you to get your rent reported to the credit bureau. You see, you stumbled upon this video because you are interested in how to report rent payments to the credit bureau. And that's what we're going to talk about. And we highly recommend the My Credit system rent reporting for the reasons that we'll go over. So what we're going to do is share some of the bullet points, but also go over some of the frequently asked questions. That way you don't have any questions. You can just make an educated decision. And there will be a link available below or in the comments, so you can just click it and get access and start getting your rent reported to the bureaus. No need for you to continue to pay rent without getting credit for it. You see, at one point there was a time where people paid rent faithfully, and some people rent for years, decades even, and they never get it to reflect on their credit. Well, a lot of people who rent also want to own one day. Well, what better way to get access to the ability to own your own home than to make the rent that you're paying be beneficial to the future of your home ownership? So, that being said, without further ado, let's dive in. So, the My Credit system, the rent reporting, is what we strongly suggest and highly recommend. And we're just going to pretty much do an overview and read some of the things that you can read, then get into the questions. Now, finally, you can report your monthly rent payments to build positive credit history, add up to the previous 24 months of rental payment history upon enrollment, which is huge because a lot of people, like I said, have been renting for years. This allows you to go back 2 years, 24 months, and have all of that good payment history to reflect positively on your report. Just imagine how well that can help your credit score. Report it to Transunion and Equifax, only because the Experian isn't participating just yet. But once they do, of course, we'll make sure we adopt them into this platform as well. 30+ point increase on average. Could be more, could be a little less, depends on your rental history and your scenario. You don't change how you pay rent. So nothing changes. We want this to be a smooth, seamless process. Really little to no thought and effort. Just get it done, make it happen. So now you're able to report your rent to Equifax and TransUnion as stated. Reason being, Experian is not currently participating, but I believe they'll get on board. So it's easy. All you have to do is get enrolled, your rent is verified, and your credit score will boost. So I want to highlight some of these details. Enrollment takes just a few minutes, and you're on your way to a better credit profile and score. A few things you'll need. You will need your rental and lease details. You will need landlord contact information and ID verification, because if it's reporting on your rent, of course you'll need identification to prove that it's you. And then, of course, your landlord contact information, because that's who you're paying your rent to. Is it the landlord or is it some type of rental company? Either way, provide that information, simple and plain. That way they can track it. Number 2, your rent is verified. Your landlord will receive an e-signature document. Simple for them. All they have to do is sign it via email. They don't have to worry about mailing anything. It's real simple. So that document, they can verify the on-time rent payments. Each month, your rent is verified with your landlord and positively impacts your credit score. Powerful. Number 3, credit score boost. A new open trade line is created on your credit report and positively impacts your score. For best results, choose historical rent reporting and receive a seasoned trade line. So when a person comes to me and they say that they want to make sure that those previous 24 months are calculated because they've been paying rent for 2 years or 3 years or 5 years, but they want at least the last 2 years to be reported because that's the max amount that's allowed, then I say, hey, make sure you select to choose the historical rent reporting, and that way you can receive a seasoned trade line, because it will be shown on your credit report as a trade line. Not to get into any details in that area right now, I don't want to confuse you. It's very simple, but choose historical rent reporting because of the perks that come along with it, especially if you've been renting for months or years. Enroll today, build credit tomorrow. Now, these are the simple payment options. Very simple, very inexpensive, and just imagine how much it opens up as it relates to your ability to purchase something using your credit. So don't look at the cost. Pay attention to the value. So $8.95 a month, ongoing monthly reporting. $25 one-time enrollment if you do not want the historical reporting. But if you want to be able to go back and really heighten the chances of you boosting your credit rapidly by using your previous months that you pay rent or years you pay rent, then it's the one-time $99, and that incorporates the historical reporting. That's what I recommend if you've already been paying rent for some time. If you're just now paying rent, this is your first month, then just do the one-time enrollment, $25, and then it's $8.95 per month. You cannot beat it. And this is the thing. Don't look at it, the $8.95 per month or the $25 or the $99. How much will you be able to access monetarily once your credit score is affected positively? So just look at the benefit from it, not the dollars that it costs. And I promise you that's very inexpensive. Most of us blow that in a weekend just doing some of the things that we do. So historical reporting up to the last 24 months rent reporting or rent payments is optional but strongly recommended and provides the biggest score boost, as I already stated. Now let's get into the frequently asked questions, because most times people have questions and we don't want to leave any stone unturned. Number one, will this affect how I pay rent? I think you know the answer to that if you've been paying attention. No, you will continue to pay your rent in the exact same way you currently do. Number two, how will my rent payments be verified? You provide us with the basic information on your landlord or property manager. We contact them and verify your rent payments to build the credit you deserve from your timely rent payments. There's no fee to your landlord or property manager to verify your rent. And this is powerful because as long as they're not being charged, they don't care. It's no big deal. They just want to get paid in a timely fashion, and this helps them even more because you're even more likely to pay your rent on time because you know it's affecting your credit score. So it's a powerful piece, win-win situation. Number three, what if my landlord won't verify the payments? You're going to love this one. Our rock-solid promise is 100% refund policy, guaranteeing that if we are unable to verify your rent with your landlord or property manager, you won't pay a penny. Our business relies upon happy customers and long-term relationships, so we definitely want to hold on to that rock-solid promise. That's why I recommend this platform. How much will my credit score increase? We cannot guarantee a specific score improvement or a specific time frame because everyone's credit situation is unique. However, we can verify your last 2 years of rent payments. That payment history, once calculated into your credit score, can help you build credit history and improve your credit score. Number five, how does my rental payments show on my credit report? Your rental trade line is used in different scoring models such as FICO, 9 score, and also the Vantage score. This trade line will show on your credit report as RTS MGMT. So it's basically the rental tracking system, and it's able to show on your FICO as well as your Vantage scores, which are the two most popular ones. FICO is the one that's used the most. Vantage is definitely used because a lot of people have Credit Karma. They show the Vantage score, so it reflects on both of those, so you're good to go in that area. Number 6, I believe it is. Will I need to provide a lease or rental agreement? Although it is not necessary to have a lease agreement between you and your landlord for our program, it does sometimes help speed up the process. If you have a copy of your lease, you can upload that when you enroll in the program. Remember, we do need your landlord's cooperation to verify rental payments, and you can't help with this. Contact them as soon as you apply for rent reporting and encourage them to respond to our request as soon as possible. That way the reporting will not be delayed. Next, can I just report historical rent history? If we just reported the past 24 months of historical rent reporting and do not verify any ongoing rent payments, it will show on your credit report as a closed account. And closed accounts do not impact your credit scoring model as effectively as open accounts. So just kind of, use your own judgment. We recommend against it. So just wanted to let you know that. So when you enroll with our program, we will report both your historical data along with ongoing rent payments. That way the account is open and you will get the biggest boost possible on your credit score. Remember, you can cancel at any time once you do not need the program any longer. Powerful. What if I have a spouse or a roommate? You're going to love it. Your spouse or roommate can also enroll and gain the same benefits of rental reporting. So imagine 2 people paying rent under the same roof, but they both benefit from the history that's being created from paying your rent on time. Gotta love it. What happens if I pay my rent payment late? All credit, including rent payments, are only considered late on your credit report if the payment is received more than 30 days past the due date. A lot of people think 5 days will reflect it, because sometimes people wait till that 5-day window, but it's not reflected unless it's 30 days past the due date. So as long as you pay rent within 30 days of your due date, it will be counted as an on-time payment on your credit report. Pay all your bills, including rent, on time is very important. We still recommend you pay it on time, but have no fear, don't worry. Even if you get past that day, you fall on hard times, you forget, you're out of town, whatever the scenario is, don't worry. We got you covered. Last but definitely not least, will my rental payments be reported to all 3 bureaus? You should know the answer to this. No. Experian does not participate currently with rent reporting. The good news is that Transunion will report in almost any landlord-tenant relationship. Equifax also reports, but only if your landlord is a property management company. So understand the options that you have, but you'll definitely be able to boost that Transunion. In most cases, Equifax, because a lot of people are allowing their properties to be managed by a property management company. So really take advantage of this. Hope you found what you were looking for. Really simple, straight to the point, no fluff. You got your questions answered, very inexpensive. And if we can't get your landlord to cooperate, or whatever happens, and for whatever reason you're not able to get this done, we stand by our rock solid promise, and you don't owe a dime. So go ahead and get access to it. You should see a link in the description section or in the comment section or somewhere nearby. Click it, get access, and we welcome you to rent reporting, and we congratulate you in advance for boosting your credit score. I am Mr. Smith, .5 of Mr. and Mrs. Smith, signing out.